This one is the cooling system. Today we are discuss about the cooling system. Here, what is the purpose we are using the cooling system? So first one is the cooling system is using for cool the engine. If you are not cooling the engine, what means due to the combustion pressure, combustion chamber, it will create more temperature. When it will reach a higher temperature, it will create it to jam the engine. That means whenever the heat more heat generated, we are using the piston aluminum material. The pistons are aluminum material. So due to this heat, whatever means sometimes the aluminum goes to tend to melt and it will goes to stick on the head or cylinder valve. Okay, this is called the jam of the engine. Sometimes it will happen because of if you not sufficient coolant waters are entered into the circulated inside the engine. Okay, so the cooling is very important things. So without cooling you can't run the engine. It is a water cooled engine. Okay, there are three type of cooling systems are there. One is the water cooling system, another is the air cooled system, and the third one is the some new technology. They are using the coolant oil mixed with the water. They are using the coolant oil. So why these coolant oils are nowadays we are using means the water contamination. We can avoid the water contamination or rust forming inside the engine block or anything. Okay, that's why we are using the coolant oil. The olden days we are using the coolant water. How the coolant, if you are using the coolant water, we are using radiator also. This one is called as a radiator. So what is the purpose for the radiator means behind the radiator we have some fans are there. The fans are rotated by the fan belts. Okay, the fan belts are connected with the crankshaft and the water pump. Okay, behind the water pump fans, water pumps are provided. Okay, so whenever the pulley, the water pulleys are rotated, so what means it will circulate the water. Okay, so and also it will cool the air also, water also. How it will cool means the vehicle move forward, the time the air will hit on the radiator, it will sucking the air, okay, from the atmospheric air, so it will cool the waters also. Okay, this is called as a cooling system. So now we are discuss about what are the components of that. This one is the radiator, this is the cooling fan, this one is the water pump. The water pumps are connected with the pulleys, okay, pulley belt. So whenever the engine rotated, whenever the cranks are rotated, due to the crank rotation, the water pumps also rotate. Okay, so inside the water pump we have some pumps are there. So what are the pumps means it's a rotor pumps are provided. There is some propeller. Okay, propeller pumps are provided. Okay, so whenever it will rotate, it will circulate the water. Here, this is the radiator. This is the inlet of the water pump. Okay, whenever you are want to pour the water, fill the radiator by water means it is a inlet part. Okay, inlet part. This one is the inlet part of the hose is connected with the engine. Okay, so what are the hot air waters come from the engine, it will connected upper side of the radiator. Bottom side is outlet. This outlet pipes are connected with the water pump. Okay, the water pump will have some arrangements are there. This is the hose. The hose is connected with the bottom side of the radiator. Okay, this one is connected with the radiator bottom side. So according to this method, the water are circulated. Here the radiator, it has some cores are there. So small type of cores, fine courses are provided. So the waters are flowing through this area only. This is aluminum material. Sometimes we are using the copper material. Olden days they are using the copper material. The copper materials are very costly one. That's why nowadays we are using the aluminum material. Okay, so the aluminum fine cores are provided. Inside it will have some small holes are provided. Through these holes the waters are flowing inside the cores. In that time the small air fins are provided. So holes are provided. So the air goes to inside the fins. So it will cooling the air. Okay, by this method the hot waters are cooling by this radiator. Okay, here the hot water comes in inside, so it will flow down through the course. That time it will goes to cooled. Okay, here one more thing is that this is the outlet of the engine water jacket. Here the thermostats are provided. Okay, thermostat, what is the purpose for the thermostat? The thermostat is using for control the flow of water. Okay, so what I means, you must maintain the 80-degree temperature inside the water jacket. Okay, so then only it will goes to give good performance of the IC engine. Okay, otherwise what happens, always cooling the engine means the engine will not fire properly. So you must maintain 80-degree Celsius. So that's why the thermostats are provided. So whenever it will reach thermostat 80-degree, the thermostat is the one of the diagram type of rubber type of diagram. So whenever it will reach 80-degree, automatically it will goes to open. The hot water comes away from the water jacket. Okay, then the water comes into the radiator. Then it goes to cool. Then again it goes to the bottom side. Whenever it reaches the bottom side, it goes to pump. The pumps are pumping the water to inside the water jacket. It will directly connected with the water jacket. So it will. So water jacket means the water jackets are provided around the engine. Around the engine. Now I want to show the water jackets. Okay, how provided in the IC engine. Here, this is the engine, dismantled engine. This is called as a water jackets. Okay, so here only the waters are come to inside. See here, and this side. So this is the hole. Here the pumps are provided. So whenever the water come to inside, it will goes inside the water jacket. It will goes to flow around the engine block. Then it will cool the engines. Okay, it will cool the engine. This is also water jacket. This is also water jacket. This is also water jacket. So here also water jackets are there. So the waters are circulated here itself. Okay, so whenever it will reach at 80-degree temperature, then it will goes to reach at the thermostat. The thermostat will release the water. Then it will goes to the radiator. Here the water pump. This is the water pump. So how is that? Okay, see, this is the propeller. So whenever it will rotate, so what happens, it will pumping the water from the lower level to higher level. Then it goes to circulate around the water jacket. Okay, this is called as a cooling system. Okay, this is called as a cooling system for water. Okay, water cooling system. This is called as a water cooling system. Here, this is the pulley is there. This is the fan is there. This is the pump. Here, the bottom part is connected with the inlet part. Okay, so now you can understood about the water cooling system of the IC engine. Now I want to tell about the air cooling system. Air cooling system is, this is the air cooling system. It's a bullet engine, 300cc bullet engine. The fins are provided whenever the vehicle move on the road. According to the air resistance or air hit on the vehicle, the airs are flowing around the engine. So what I mean, it will cool the engine. Okay, you want more cooling means that's why the fins are provided. This is called as the fins. Whenever the air is passing through this area of the fins, according to the aerodynamics law, it will cool the engine. Okay, so due to the air resistance, so the flowing of the air, it will goes to cool the engine. This is air cooled engine. Okay, then recent technology of coolant oil engine is, we can discuss later on. I will show all these things. Thank you for watching the video. This is one of the cooling system of the IC engine. One is the water cooling system, another is the air cooled engine. Okay, air cooling system. Thank you.